Man, back again. Back again with another live video. This is like my first live this year, you know. Madness. Who's this texting? Who's that watching? Put down where you're viewing from, man. Whether it be London, somewhere up north, planet Mars. Where you viewing from? Where you viewing from? It's been so long since I've done a live stream. I think like, yeah, the last time I done a live stream was like last year or something. I've gone to type in StreamYard on the internet because obviously this software that I use, it's on the internet, it's a website, isn't it? I've gone to type it in, and obviously man's deleted my history. It's not even in the history browser no more, innit? I secretly, I had to delete my browsing history because there's too much porn on my lap. Nah, I'm joking, innit? Man, don't watch porn, blood. See, this is the thing. I've seen these videos of that, like on YouTube, where men are struggling in their bedroom and that. Blood, I swear, I put it down to porn, fam, and masturbating. There's no fucking way, yeah? You could be struggling to get up if you ain't masturbating. If you refrain from masturbating in that, blood, you should have so much testosterone in that you should be horny, fam. There's no way, blood. Yeah, maybe after like between a day and 7 days and that, you don't feel no effects of not, you get me, smashing away and that. But after a little while and that 7 to 10 days, blood, you should be able to get up, fam. You should be able to get up. And if you are having problems and that, maybe you're doing it too much. Yeah, in life, there's balance, blood. I don't think you should really be beating your gal every single day. It's good to take a day off and that. Yeah, I think the perfect balance is like once every other day or once every 3 days and that, because it'll get boring. You can't do the exact same thing every single day and not get bored from it. Come on, I don't even know you, fam. Respect, respect, respect. Hey, what? Where are you viewing from, fam? What area are you from? Where are you viewing from? Man, like Dawson David, fam. He's always this one. Hold on, what does that say? What's going on, Dawson David? Birmingham. Okay, Birmingham. Obviously, Dawson David. I know you're from Wolverhampton. Batman's nephew. Where you from? Yeah. Almost at 1K subs. Almost. The YouTube algorithm, they're trying to shut man down, but you know you can't silence the truth, blood. Oh my days, my man. Obviously, I ain't gonna explain. I ain't gonna say to the people them out. Tell the people them what we've been talking about on Instagram, innit? Yeah, but yeah, keep doing your thing with your property thing, innit? But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, the perfect balance, because life's about balance and that. You can't do something every single day unless it's necessity, like eating food and drinking that. You can't do that every single day and not get bored, innit? So if you have a gal, let's say you have a full-time girl, every other day, fam, once every 3 days and that. Yeah, you'll appreciate it more, trust me. You don't appreciate water until you're on the Sahara Desert and that, because it's a rarity and that, innit? Don't get it twisted. Your girl shouldn't be refusing, but yeah. Because I know girls, they told me before, oh yeah, me and my boyfriend, we used to do it seven times a day. And then 3 years into the relationship and that. Well, yeah, 3 years into the relationship, the sex stops, and then they go 6 years, 5, 6 years without having sex. Yeah. You're doing it too often, fam. Man can't get up, erectile dysfunction and that. Man are taking the blue pill, and we're not talking about the manosphere as well. Madness, bro. But yeah, Dawson David, I'll look into making that video. I'll definitely make that video though. The one that you left a comment under about the the remortgaging thing, the refinancing. Sorry, I think remortgaging, refinancing is exactly the same, innit? I'm not gonna really talk on it too much right now because obviously I ain't a professional in it, yeah. But yeah, it's basically like, obviously I'll do a proper video on that. But let's say, alright, let's use my house for example. When I bought this property, it was worth 136. Call it 140. Now it's worth about 200. So when you do a refinance and that, they basically take the what the property is valued at right now into consideration, 200, and they give you like 90% of that as a loan, which allows you to pay off the existing loan, which was 110 grand. So my existing loan on this property right now is 110 grand. So let's say they take 190 minus 110, and then you get like 80 grand from it. Something like that. Something like that. I ain't really looked into it too tough in it. But that's something I'll definitely be doing. All right. So to pull out that property was convinced, it was at the conveyance state, it was a dead town with low general traffic. What area was it in? Oh fuck, capitals, bro. Yeah, what area was it in anyway? But yeah, man. Fam, it's dead, blood. It's dead. It's dead. Man said Wigan. Okay. I'm trying to think. Where's Wigan? Is Wigan northwest? Is that northwest England? Yeah. Blood. Let me tell you something. Yeah. The amount of people just on this estate alone, I've had to leave my house and go and have a talking to. Yeah. Let alone putting hands on people and shit. It's fucking just stupidness. Like I was saying in the video, the night before, there was some guys sitting in one Mercedes. They weren't playing loud music or nothing like that. The music was low, but the bass, it pisses me off. I don't like hearing bass. It's 11:30 at night. They got the music low, so they understand. Obviously, people are trying to sleep. It's 11:30 at night, and it's a weeknight. It's not Saturday night, but still, the music just they're playing the bass and that, but it's low. That was getting on my nerves and that. So then eventually, I did go outside to go and chat to them, but they drove off. But then they came back. So then I went back out and spoke to them. But yeah, man, and a situation like that, like me, I'm a man, I can't leave it. I can't leave it, but then I could get myself into trouble. Yeah, because imagine I go and chat to a man and man like, what? Try to give man lit. Yeah, I remember there's 3 of them in the car. I ain't backing down. So yeah, this estate gets someone else. I said the next place I move to, I need to move to somewhere posh. Like, not that I'm a posh person, but I got posh ways about me in it. Yeah, I'm not a nuisance person. I don't like nuisance noise, blood. That's why I can never live in a flat block complex, blood. I'll go fucking mad. I'll go to some of these people's yards and that, and they live in a flat, and I can hear the neighbors playing music loud. The bass is vibrating the floor beneath me and that. The tenant below is playing loud music, but I'll go mad. I'll go knocking at their door, blood. Okay. Well, is that is that where you're viewing from? Yeah, Wiltshire. Yeah. I say so. I'm viewing a flat in the town academy is moving to. Okay. But obviously, like you don't have to solely at the end of the day, your target market ain't just gonna be the doctors and that. Like you can get normal average people and that to rent your properties, you know. The people them that I rent to, they're from, yeah, I don't know, a lot of them are uni students and that, but To be fair, actually. See, this is why I make these cost of living videos. Yeah? Let me tell you something right now. This is why I make these cost of living videos. Yeah? If anyone thinks I made these videos to mock people and that, blood, you got the wrong fucking idea, blood. Yeah, obviously, man might run jokes and that during the videos and that. But blood, man don't make these kind of videos to sit on my soapbox and look down on people. No. I don't do it for that reason, blood. I'm trying to show you, look, if you don't make sacrifice in your youth, and youth could be between 20 and 40 or whatever, innit? Yeah. If you don't make sacrifice in your youth and you just coast along through life, you're gonna be like these people that are suffering in their old age. Give me something right now. There's a guy, yeah. I had an ad on Gumtree for one of my properties, yeah. So contacted me. So yeah, his name's Paul. Anyway, so I'm chatting to him, and I said to him, listen, yeah, because obviously if his name's Paul, I know you're gonna be an Englishman, yeah. I said to him, yo, I must have messaged him back because he messaged me asking about the property. And I said to him, what's your number? Because I want to speak to you about the property first. So anyway, he must have said at the moment he's in Thailand and he wants to just pay me upfront for the property because he's in Thailand and he can't come because I don't let people just move into property without viewing it. So I always want to meet the people then on site. So anyway, told me he's in Thailand, then he gave me his number, innit? So I phoned him and I said to him, look, I'm going to be honest with you, yeah, because he's a white man, he's English. I don't want him to pay to rent the property because there's a strong smell of curry in that place, yeah? And some people, they're going to be turned off by it. Imagine, yeah, there's certain cultures of people that like to eat raw fish. Yeah, it's their delicacy and that, and it stinks. There's people who are from other cultures and that are not going to want to move in that property because the place stinks of fish. Similarly, with curry, some people want to move in a place that stinks of curry and that. So I phoned him up and I told him, at the end of the day, that place there smells of curry and that. So it's up to you. Yeah, I'm not in the business of ripping no one off or just taking people's money. I don't care in it. So I told him, look, the place smells of curry. It's up to you if you want to move into this place. Yeah. And he's like, I'm not really worried about smell. He said, as people and that, we get used to a smell over time and that. I'm thinking, all right, then cool. So anyway, he said to me, he's looking at a place in Northampton, but he's also looking at a place in Scotland. He's got a room that he might take in Scotland instead. I said, my friend, how the hell are you planning to live in Northampton or live in Scotland? Like, they're not neighboring areas, they're not next to each other. And that. He said, I said to him, don't you work? He said, no, I don't work. I'm retired. And I'm like, blood. After I got off the phone to him, or even when he said it, I think to myself, how the fuck can you grow in this country? How can you be born in this country and grow up, become an old man, and you're secluded to a fucking room share? Blood, you should be embarrassed. I don't be 65 years old. Imagine my grandma. My grandma has her own property. Imagine my grandma. My grandma's like 70 years old. Imagine at her old age. No disrespect, grandma. Big up. She's secluded to a fucking room share, blood. At 70 years old, or I don't know how old the guy is. He's retired, so he's probably 65, blood. This is why you have to get on your game, blood. This is why you have to be making sacrifice throughout your youth. Because I don't know he ain't no millionaire. I don't know he ain't got no flourishing business, blood. I don't know he ain't got 10 properties, blood. This is what happens here when you fuck about in your youth and that. You end up having to live in a room share. Foolishness, paying 450 or 500, whatever. Nah, blood. Nah, man. So this is why I delay gratification. I'll make his sacrifice and that. So I don't end up like him, blood. And he could make a dumb mistake and lose everything just by getting married and that as well. Somewhere along the line, all of these people, I made a video, I ain't released it yet, but somewhere along the line, if I reviewed these people's timelines, they've made some mistake. They made a serious error. Everybody, the whole of them. If I reviewed their timeline, they were born, they went to school, they went to college, they dropped out of college, bam, Right then and there, blood. You see that certain man drop out of college and that? That's when they made their pivotal. That's the pivotal moment where they made a wrong move, blood. And from there, it's a downward spiral. Because I know bear man, they drop out. They're in college. They even dropped out of college, but they dropped out of course. They'll do carpentry. Then they'll do sports science. Then they'll go and do maths. Then don't get no job in none of those fields because they didn't even qualify in that. Then they go work at Auto Glass or Sky or Virgin Media, shadowing a man for 6 months and that, and think to themselves, because Sky, Virgin Media, Auto Glass, those are not careers, blood. They're just jobs. So what they'll think to themselves is, all right, cool, something's gonna pop in the future, innit? I'm just gonna ride this out, innit? Yeah, something good must happen, blood. Nothing good happens, blood. Nothing good happens by accident, blood. You gotta put in the fucking work, fam. There's no way, blood. There's no way I'm ending up like none of these people, freezing cold in the yard, fam. No fucking way, blood. I would delay gratification for 10, 15, 20 years. I don't give a fuck, blood. I'm not freezing in my yard, blood. Life can also be an upward spiral. You make good decision after good decision after good decision. You delay gratification. You reap the fruits of your labor and that. Right now, I'm in the upward spiral. And I'm doing my best to keep it that way. Yeah, it's just down, blood. Oh, am I lagging? Yeah. I'm gonna watch the video back on my. Yeah, no. There is a problem with the internet still because I can see the internet symbol. The thing is, I've got this thing plugged in. One sec. The thing is, I plugged in. You know, one of them Ethernet cables. I plugged that in as well. I don't know why, but yeah, there is a problem because the other night at like 3 in the morning, the internet stopped working, and then I don't know, about 4 or 5, maybe about 6 hours later, the internet weren't working, and it was a Virgin Media problem. My girl must have checked it, and on the internet it said there's a Virgin Media problem, like it's down in certain areas, and so I'm just checking. I don't really see no lagging. Please, because there was a Y symbol again still. Though this is gonna be a quick live stream. I'm only probably gonna live stream for about an hour anyway. But yeah, that and stuttering like a fuck. That is why I make them videos and that. Like a man like Andrew Tate said, there's pain to become important, and there's pain to not becoming important. Yeah. If you do not make no sacrifice, you will struggle in your elderly age, blood. At some point in your life, you're gonna struggle. It's better to struggle when you're young, you have no kids, you shouldn't have no debts. You understand what I'm trying to say? You want to struggle when you have nothing to lose. You want to struggle when you're at the most fittest and healthiest. You want to struggle at the point in your life when you can make the most mistakes and not have any consequences. Yeah, a couple people dropped off still. Yeah. Yeah, it's this virgin internet, man. I don't know what's going on with it. I need to phone them up. One sec. Do you know what? Yeah, I don't watch UFC, but I was watching. You know that Habib fight with Conor McGregor, the one that happened a couple of years ago. But nah, did the black youth, did the Nigerian youth, did he win? Because he's been mashing up a few people, innit? So I know his name, the Israel youth. Did that Israel youth win, fam? But I'm not into UFC. I'm into boxing though. One thing I like, the reason why I like to watch some of them old boxing documentaries as well. There's this guy called Marvelous Marvin Hagler. He passed away now though, so RIP. But he was one of the GOATs. They dubbed him he's a warrior. Yeah. Oh, okay, so the guy won, yeah. So anyway, Marvelous Marvin Hagler, he was about during like the 80s, 90s and that. He's a legend in the boxing game. I'm actually gonna do a little video on it. There was one documentary I was watching about Marvelous Marvin Hagler. And this is why like I respect the hard grind and the work ethic of some of these boxers and that. So anyway, I'm gonna make a video because basically Kevin Samuels must have said one thing that resonated with man one time, and he said, you need to put yourself in jail, which means isolation. And that kind of ties into, you know, that video I made recently, if you've seen it, about how to deal with loneliness. Yeah. Anyway, so I made a video about loneliness, yeah, and how it's good. And Kevin Samuels, RIP the GOAT, he said you need to put yourself in jail, yeah? I watched that documentary with Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Do you know what this guy did? Let me mute this. Do you know what this guy did, Marvelous Marvin Hagler? He had a big fight coming up with a challenging opponent. He wanted to fucking kill this guy. Do you know what he did? This guy went to an abandoned, creepy hotel, yeah, where there's no one there, to train in fucking isolation, blood. That's the same thing that Kevin Samuels would say, put yourself in jail, blood. In life, that's why I made that video about loneliness, and I'm saying in life, blood, you got to be on your own, fam. There's no way, fam, you can be successful, really, and be socializing all the time and that with your friends. You got to isolate yourself. You got to be alone, fam. The only time you can always be with your friends and still be successful is if your friends are on the same mission as you. If your friends are actually involved in the same business as you. And me personally, hey, do what you want to do, yeah? If your friend has some business idea, yeah, why not give it a shot? Better than doing nothing. But for me, I would never go into business with one of my friends because I believe there's only one boss. You can't have two bosses, but eventually, I've seen it. I've seen man that I know, 4 or 5 of them open up a little restaurant thing. Bang. The team split right down the middle. 2 of them are gone this way, 3 of them are gone this way. Now they're not talking, bro. I can see it. I can see it a mile off. You can't have 5 youths. 5, I don't know, 3 of them Tottenham, 2 of them Hackney. Too much testosterone, too much. Oh, I'm the boss. I know everything. Yeah. You can't have 2. You can't have 5 fucking bosses, bro. There's only one boss, bro. And they were friends as well. This is what's gonna happen. You start a business with your friends and that, blood. Let me tell you something. If you do business with your friend, if that business collapses, so does the friendship, blood. Yeah, they're synonymous, blood. If the friendship, if the business mash up and broke up, then the friendship mash up and broke up. I don't know. I didn't see that fight, but I heard he won though, innit? But yeah, I'm not doing no business with no friends and that. Even one of my family members fell out with them because they were doing my accounts and that, and they're a shit accountant, blood. So now I don't even talk to them. This is the thing. Someone will be doing a shit job. You will tell them you're doing a shit job, and now they don't want to talk to you. Blood, I'm being brutally honest with you. If I don't tell you this, and I just, oh yeah, you know, I found someone that's a bit cheaper and that. No, you're not doing a good job. How the fuck are they supposed to learn, blood? You got to be brutally honest with people. Now, obviously, someone's waving around a fucking Glock 9 in your face, innit? I think it might not be best to be really honest with people, but you got to be upfront with people, man. I don't fuck up. What you see is what you get with me, innit? Yeah, I'm not trying to pull the wool over nobody's eyes, man. I think it's lagging again, man. Sorry, my people, man. I think I might need to get a new router, you know. Don't worry. Next time the thing will be better, man. But yeah. What's really been going on in the media lately? I made a video the other day. What was I talking about? The black youths and that are 3 times. Yeah. I watched Samuel Leeds. Yeah, big him up. I think he's gonna have a boxing fight as well, actually. But yeah, I made that video talking about the black youths. Them are 3 times more likely to get strip searched than that. But it's true stories. What man saying in that video, blood. I remember when I went down to Hackney, blood. Yeah, to Stoke Newton, fam, to Shakespeare Estate, and I met a local youth who was 11 years old, blood, and he was trapping. Who was the prime minister at the time? 15 years ago? Gordon Brown, or what's the other fucking guy's name? Not Boris Johnson. What's the guy's name before Boris Johnson? David Cameron. That youth that I met, that was 11 years old when I was 15, he was shot in weed. Gordon Brown, David Cameron, no white people, no police officers put him on. It was another black man that put him on. If that youth ever got strip searched and that, because the police suspected him to be carrying weed, it's down to the oldest that put him on. But first and foremost, as a parent, why have you even got a child that can be exposed and exploited by an older man? That's what I'm trying to say. But either way, yeah, it comes down to the fault being a black person's fault. Either it's his mum and dad, well, it might not be his dad, because his dad not even about, because his mum, again, this is another talking point, his mum around to get breed high. So it's his mum or dad's fault, or it's the oldest fault for putting him on. Either way, all 3 of the people them in the equation is all black blood. I ain't blaming no fucking police officers and that for strip searching black youth. Fam, I don't chat to none of them blood. I don't chat to nobody, fam, really. Yeah, just 1, 2, man. That's it. I was in over the weekend, back day, obviously. So I was making a few videos in my car. And one video I made, you might have to check it. It's the 10th of April today. You know, I've got videos booked up until, let's check. Right, this internet's going so slow, fam. I can't even. Anyway, it's the triple today. I've got videos booked up until, I think, September 2024, you know. Literally, I've been putting in the hard grind, fam. Like, 1 video every 3 days, and don't get it twisted, it's not 1 video every day. I ain't that much of a hard grind. Yeah, videos booked up until the 6th of September 2024, fam. Anyway, I made a video, and I'm saying that, blood, you don't worry about the opinion of your friends. Don't worry about the opinion of your associates or people from your club. I don't know, you might go tennis or taekwondo or boxing. Don't worry about their opinion, and I'll tell you why. You as a viewer watching this right now, yeah? Remember when you was in school? Remember the person that you considered to be your best friend? Remember all the kids that you used to play with on your estate if you grew up on an estate or a street. Remember all the work colleagues that you was cool with and you valued and cared about their opinion to even some degree. So we got your best friend in school. You got the kids that you used to hang around with on the streets and that. You got your work colleagues and that. You got people from your club. How many of those people right now are you still cool with? How many of those people right now are you still in touch with? Probably zero, if not one or two. So imagine holding yourself back and not wanting to pursue anything because of what this guy, that gal, this man, this woman is going to think. Fam, fuck everyone's opinion, but you got to do what you got to do, blood. Because at the end of the day, they're not putting no money in your fucking books, blood. They're not. Furthermore, most of them probably won't even turn up at funeral, blood. So why you care about their opinion? Imagine me not wanting to jump on YouTube and not give gems to the man them and that. My thing's helping out, man. Someone, what did I say? There was a comment earlier, one said, 1 month into my electrical career. You helped a lot, bro. Yeah. I'm not saying that I'm the be all and end all as to why my man jumped on the electrical thing, but I mean, if yeah, probably something to do with man. Yeah. If I cared about the opinion of these idiots that I don't know, then people that I didn't know in the future wouldn't be able to help them out, blood. I'd rather help out man that I don't know than worry about the opinions of I can't stink my life, blood. Fuck them, blood. Fuck them, blood. Hey, don't be like me though. You don't need to go around alienating every fucking person that you meet. But still, you gotta do what you gotta do. Because, and the thing is, like, we got such a short attention span nowadays. It's like one little argument with one of your friends, blood, you ain't gonna talk to them for a couple of years, blood. It's not like before, back in the 90s and the early 2000s, where people valued people and that. Now, fuck him. You have an argument with one of your friends, not talk to him for 2 years. Nothing. Next. We got such a short attention span and that. We just don't. We got such an abundance mindset now. We just don't value people. I'm not holding myself back for nobody, bro. It's as simple as that. Yeah. She's supporting me from upstairs, literally. No joke there. Hey, listen. No, is a little fake, you know. I pulled her. She's only been watching a minute of my videos and then not watching the whole thing. But I can kind of allow her a little bit because imagine living with me. Every minute of the day is a JY's video. Yeah, there ain't nothing that I can make a new video on. Every fucking everything that I speak about in my videos, she's heard it before, innit? So she don't even need to watch my videos, really and truly. she don't need to hear my videos, really and truly. Oh yeah. You know what? Nowadays, if your laptop is on, turn it off. Turn off your Wi-Fi on your phone as well, please. Yeah, that's probably what might be slowing it down. But at the same time, obviously the internet package that I've got is not like the most fastest, greatest one ever. But should allow be a 6. I need to turn off my phone as well. Actually. Yeah, turn my phone on. Hopefully that might help. Yeah. Let's see. Let's give it 10 minutes and see. Nah. It's still going slow. It's this router, man. It's this router because obviously I've done live streams before on. Obviously you in here and that, but I'm sure you had your laptop on and yeah, fam, you must have seen it. I've made videos on this plenty of times. I always like to touch up on the same topics every now and then. About going and riding out for your female cousins and your aunties and that. No, fuck that bullshit, blood. I'm not doing none of that shit. Imagine me going to ride out for some females in my family. Blood, they probably laugh at my fucking content, blood. Oh, Jay's an idiot. Thinks he knows and that. And then I'm gonna go and put myself in a position where I could be locked up for them? No, fam. For them to go back to their boyfriend, blood. You've seen it in real fucking time, blood. I've made countless videos upon videos about this. And that Manchester United footballer, the one that they broke up and mash up his girl, she broke up with him, posted all over the internet and all this nonsense and that. Her dad, her brother, her cousin could have took it upon themselves to go mash up and broke up this youth. He could have snitched. This is what happens. A man will mash up someone, mash up his girl, step on girl. The older brother will come or the dad will come, brock him up. Then he will snitch on them. The dad or whoever defender will be in jail, and then that fucking girl will go and get back together with the boyfriend. Nah, fuck that. I ain't doing that for none of my family members. They probably ain't even fucking subscribed to my channel, blood. They can't even bother to do that. They can't even bother to click the subscribe button. I'm gonna go and ride out for these people. No fucking way, fam. You take your black eye self to the Ross Clark Hospital, fam. I'm not doing nothing for nobody, blood. You can forget that. Man like Jerry Manning. See, this is what I like to see. The original subscribers, them returning. But yeah, so that's why I'm not going out of my way to defend no females and that, because you are going out of your way to defend creatures that put emotion over logic. You should have done left that motherfucker, but because you forgave him and that makes it all right. But then what if the dad and that done something and they're in jail, blood? I know it's true. I don't know anyone, but you know, just being a logical creature and that, being a logical man, I know it's true. I know there's some man right now who is sitting in jail because he mashed up and broke up a man for his sister and then the sister to get back with the youth, blood. That's not gonna be me, fam. No fucking way, fam. No way. No way. And then this person is not gonna go and put no money on your books? Fuck that. In one of my peoples and that. Yeah, one of my dogs, blood. One of his girl cousins got mashed up in a shop, and the family is looking for him to go down there and handle the situation, innit? Means step on someone, yeah? I'm telling him, no, fam. Don't go nowhere, blood. Because what will happen is you go and mash up the people then. You might go to jail. That girl cousin that you've defended her honor, she is not going to put no money on your books. She is not going to work overtime to put money on your books. Is she going to visit you once a month? Bare minimum. The answer is no. She might do that for the first 6 months. She'll forget about you. Similarly, this same female cousin that wants you to go over there and mash up people to defend her honor and that, if you had a daughter that was of age, 14, 15 years old, and your daughter got mashed up and broke up, would this same cousin fly down to this school or that school or whatever, innit? Let's say the kid's even 17 or whatever, innit? The 17-year-old are fucking beating, bro. Yeah. Would she fly over wherever to go and mash up and brack up a 17-year-old girl? Or your missus that slapped you? Yeah? Trying to make the situation as fair as possible. The answer is no, fam. The girl will say, oh, I'm not going nowhere to beat up and do anything to anyone because I'm not like that. Well, then I'm fucking not like that then. This is the same. And it's funny as well. So my friend has been requested, well, this is a while back anyway. My friend was requested to go over there and sort out the situation. I told him no. He didn't do it anyway. He didn't do it. So anyway, that's in present day. You know, 10 years before that, a man was in court, got himself in trouble on that. This same female cousin at the time was a lawyer or doctor or something like that. And he needed a reference, a good character reference in court to make his case look a little bit better, innit? You know, it's better to get a good character reference from your female cousin who's a doctor or a lawyer than your female cousin that works in Asda or McDonald's. You understand what I'm trying to say? If I want a good character reference from someone, I don't just want Khadijah from fucking Asda to give me a good character reference. I'd rather my cousin who's a fucking lawyer or doctor. Yeah? Anyway, the girl cousin was supposed to write him a good character reference. That was 10 years ago. Motherfucker still waiting for that good character reference. So hold on a minute. You cannot be bothered to write a good character reference, put pen to paper for 30 minutes. They got to be good quality. You're not just going to write down bullshit. You can't be bothered to write down a good character reference for 30 minutes, but you want me to go over there, mash up someone, potentially get myself in trouble. Now you can fuck off, blood. This is the way. This is how I see situations. I weigh situations up and that. I ain't going to go and defend no female cousins in my family because if my little sister gets mashed up and broke up by anyone, they are not going to my sister's school to defend my little sister's honor. Or when my sister's 17 or something like that. They're not going. So if they cannot do it for my sister, why the fuck am I doing it for them? No way. Tell them to their face, blood. No. No. And you know what? That's going to rub people up the wrong way and people ain't going to want to talk to me and that. That's cool. At least you know where you stand. At least you know. Because imagine, yeah, with my friend doesn't want to go and defend his cousin's honor. Now, maybe my friend's cousin don't want to speak to my friend no more. Because, oh, he's disappointed. Oh, I expected you to want to go over there and do this and that. With me, there's no fucking disappointment, blood. You know I ain't doing it at all. Don't even phone me, blood. Yeah? Don't phone me, fam. Simple as that. Obviously, if a man want to slap my girl cousin in the face when I'm there, well, I'm going to jump on you because you're violating me. You can't touch none of my people. You're basically saying I'm an idiot. You're basically saying my presence means nothing. It's just like a bunch of, you think, yeah, if a man is about to do, a couple of men are plotting to do an armed robbery on Barclays Bank, do you think they're going to do it when the police are walking past? No, because they respect the police's presence. They know it's going to be a situation like that. They'll wait for the police to disappear around the corner or be off the radar to then go and do the armed robbery. And it's the same fucking thing. I ain't fucking running around defending no female cousins and that for them to just get back with that it'll be some dumb guy as well. A man that got no substance to him. Yeah? He ain't got nothing going for him apart from he's good looking or he's got some hood status and that. Or he's tall. Nothing. This is why I don't feel sorry for these single mums and that. These girls will get breed up by a man. I was even talking about it today, blood. Like, there's girl out here who are going to be dropping a youth soon and that. They get breed up by a man. Before they drop the youth, they're not together with the man. What kind of madness is that, blood? Hey, what's this comment about? Fam, you could get done for a lot for having a fist fight, blood. Yeah. Fam, I thought, oh, you know, they'll just break it up and that. Yeah, blood, you could get done for a little bit for having a fist fight, fam. Like, I've had it before. It's called a fray. It's called a fray. If you have a fist fight with someone, you can get done for a fray. Now, I thought that getting done for a fist fight, so a fray, is going to be less than assaulting someone, punching someone in the face. Sometimes it's deemed to be worse. I was talking to a solicitor about this. He said, nah, a fray is worse than assault. I was like, how can a fray, an even fist fight between two men, how can that be worse than assault? Because an assault is one-sided. Someone gets boxed, someone gets dropped, that's it. He said, nah, a fray is worse because a fray, your actions could be causing fear to the public. I was like, shit, you know, I didn't even think of that, you know. Think about if a man done a bomb scare, yeah? Oh, I need a couple £100 to buy some new trainers, or I'm gonna blow up JD Sports in Edmonton Green. There's a bomb, I've planted it in the, yeah? That's gonna cause fear amongst the public and that. So yeah, you could get done for having a fist fight and that. Obviously, I've spoke to police officers before, innit? And like they said to me, if someone has a fist fight in like a pub, I mean, this is just one police officer's mouth in it that it came from. Something happened one time where the police had to get called, did it? Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. And a man said to me, if it was a fist fight between two people and that in a pub, we could let this situation go. But because someone's had their hands been put on someone else, yeah, we do have the power to actually, you know, pursue this further and make arrests and that. I'm like, rah. But between two siblings, yeah, like, yeah. I mean, like, for a fight, it just depends, innit? Like, they even locked up Tion Wayne for a street brawl and that. I can't remember how long he got, but he got locked up for it. But again, I've been nicked for having a fight and that, and I've got nothing. I just got like community service and that. It just depends, innit? It depends on your previous history and that. There's all different factors in that. But if you get caught, your first time ever offense fighting someone in the street, not that I'm promoting anyone to go and fight anyone in the street. I'm just saying, your first time offense fighting people in the street, you ain't going to jail, blood. Unless you're doing some madness, jumping on people's head till there's milk coming out of their skull and them things there. But yeah, if you rush someone, I mean, it just depends on the person's injuries as well, innit? Yeah, I mean, if you and your brethren jump someone or rush someone, then yeah, you could get some I don't know, 6 months. I don't know, innit? You know, I ain't trying to be no one's paralegal out here, innit? Yeah. The best way to avoid it, don't put your hands on no one, innit? Yeah. This camera quality is shit. Man like Quincy, what's going on? What's going on? I'm not sure if I hollered at you earlier. What's going on, fam? But I'm coming off in about 10 minutes anyway. This is just going to be a 1 hour live stream, man. Yeah, you could go jail for a free. Yep, but I wouldn't say on the first offense. No way. No way. That judge there really must have got refused a blowjob from his missus that night before if he's going to send you to jail for a fucking fray, blood. No fucking way, blood. This is the thing as well. I made a video about this a little while back. Yeah, I'm sure I did release it. I'm sure I did release it. Obviously, like I said, I've got bare videos, isn't it? In that video, I'm saying, man, they need to be careful on that. Like, blood, your solicitor don't give a fuck about you, blood. Yeah, your solicitor will pretend, oh yeah, man, I fight this case and shit like that. Your solicitor don't give a fuck about you, let alone the duty solicitor. No one gives a fuck about you, blood. You stand, the judge will have you, that's what I was saying in the video. The judge will have you sitting down for a year, 2 years, 10 years, and not lose a wink of sleep. A judge will give a man 10 years. A judge will hand out a 5-year sentence, and within 2 years, he will forget that person's name. If you ask that judge, do you remember someone called Michael James? No. No, man don't know you. A man just made you sit down for 5 years. Well, you made yourself sit down. Yeah, let's take accountability in that, because you didn't go to jail for being a Jehovah's Witness or going to Sunday school or studying too hard for your doctor's degree or dissertation and that. Yeah, you was committing crimes. Now let's not be stupid in that. But the judge don't give a fuck about you. The judge will have you sitting down, blood. Your solicitor don't care about you, blood. Yeah. Yeah. Community service does go on your criminal record because it's a conviction. It's a conviction. Now, I don't, obviously, they can look into your records and that. Let's say, like, I've been nicked for plenty of like nonsense and that, innit? Yeah. Let's say, like, one time, let me be careful what I disclose now. No, ain't nothing mad. Ain't nothing mad, yeah? I'm actually going to mention someone's name in a sec, but what is it? Let's say like perverting the course of justice, yeah. Boom. That's what. Well, that's what I kind of went to jail for, innit? Kind of. I didn't actually go to jail for perverting the course of justice. I went to jail because I cut off the tag that I got for perverting the course of justice. Now, let's say I went to court or something. I'm sure. Let's say they've done a CRB check or DBS check or whatever, innit? It will probably just have the convictions, but I don't know what the punishment, if it would disclose the punishment, because I haven't had to do like a CRB or DBS check before. Innit? I'm not too sure in it, but yeah, obviously when they really look into the system and that, they can see what crime you committed and what the punishment was. So therefore, they know whether you've been to jail or not. Where you see me, fam. But yeah, man, you don't want to get in no trouble, fam. You don't want to get in no trouble, bro. Because trust me, you could get in trouble 5 years ago, 10 years ago, maybe. And for you, especially when you've transitioned as well, like, especially when you've really changed your mindset and you are actually a different person, big up, hey, man, like AY London, one of the original subscribers, them. Come on, fam. But yeah, if you've truly transitioned over the last 10 years, like you are a completely different person. Let's say like you was I rolled you in and out of jail, and then you decide, you know what, I'm gonna be a doctor. Yeah, let's say you really transitioned and you do a 180 and you get me. It might seem like a lifetime away from when you was last doing crime and doing foolishness and that. But when you get into trouble, when they start pulling up your previous and that, and like, oh, you know, you done this 5 years ago and that, you know, like when they start looking at the days, like, oh, it's 023 and the last time you got nicked for beating someone up was in 018 and that. To you, it seems like a long time ago. But when they look on the numbers and that, like 2018 wasn't that long ago, like, it don't seem like you've changed. You understand what I'm trying to say? When you in yourself, you in your heart, you know I'm not like that no more. Forget about beating up someone because that's just impulsive. You just fly off the handle. Let's talk about crime. Man shotting, man going on robberies and that. Yeah. You could have left that lifestyle away for 5 years. Like, I'm not doing that no more, ever again. But let's say for something, you get into trouble for something else and they pull up your previous and that. They're like, well, you know, it's 2023 now. Last time he got in trouble was 018 and he was convicted for a robbery or convicted for selling drugs and that. I mean, that 5 years, you know, it's 2023. A man was last convicted in 2018. That don't seem too long ago to me, you know. I'm talking about, I had it, fam. Yeah, trust me, I had it, fam. I had all, yeah, man talking about this and that, and I'm like, wow. To me, it seems like 30 years ago, but blood, that was only like 8 years ago or something. Convictions are filtered off the record after 11 years. Oh, okay. Cautions after third. This is the latest paralegal. You're a paralegal T, you know. But yeah, man. Yeah. I know what that is. I know what that is. Obviously, it depends on your conviction and that. If man are doing up some madness with children and that, you can forget it, blood. Yeah, any S offences, if you're on that register, you're fucked, blood. Yeah, you're fucked, blood. But I mean, me, I mean, I don't want to disclose all of my convictions and that. But like perverting the course of justice never stopped me from getting a job. You get me? Just fisting up, man. That never stopped me from getting no job. Yeah, let's say like you done a robbery and that won't affect me in my line of work. But if you've been done for fraud, if you I don't know, money laundering and all this nonsense and that, then yeah, blood. If you try to work in a fucking bank, yeah, if you've been done for theft and that, bro, you ain't getting no job in no bank, blood. It just depends on where you're working and shit. It just depends. If you are a prolific, convicted fraudster and that, bro, you're gonna blank and mark yourself out of hundreds of jobs. If you're a convicted fraudster and that, then you can get a job as an electrician. But you ain't getting no job as no fucking accountant. You ain't getting no job as no person who works in a bank. No fucking way, blood. Fam, it's too late to get a trade when you're 6 foot under. It's never too late, fam. Don't get it twisted, though. Don't get it twisted. You don't want to be getting a trade. You don't want to be getting a trade when you're 30 years old and them things there, or 40. But blood, you know what, fam? If that's what age you are right now, if you're 35, blood, do it. Yeah. Them Nigerians, they're 419, fam. Yeah. Yeah. But it's never too late to get a trade, man. But again, you don't want to be the 40-year-old man who's an apprentice. One of my brothers, get me, he was the 30-year-old apprentice. Big him up though. But then I did meet a man whilst I was at home to Haringey. He became a 40-year-old apprentice. He was like 45. Imagine he was working with one older guy. Well, not older, but a big man called Rob. He was like 45 years old. Yeah. So there was a guy called Rob. He was a carpenter. He was like 45. His apprentice was about the same age as him, if not older, plus or minus a couple of years. Bro. Your apprentice should be like your son's age. Bro. You know, when you think of the word apprentice, you think of skinny, yeah, some skinny little you and that, no face hair, and you're not thinking of a man that has potentially grandchildren when you're thinking of an apprentice, bro. So you want to try and get a trade as soon as possible on that. But I don't know if you was in the live stream earlier. Who left that? Was that Jerry Manning? Yeah, Jerry Manning. I don't know if you was in a live stream earlier on that, and I'm saying that like I've said this plenty of times in videos before, innit? But the man them need to stop. Man them need to finish what they start. Start a course and finish it. Stop hopping around and that. 1 minute a man does electrical, then he does carpentry, then he's gonna go and decide to do maths, and then IT, sports science, and that. But finish something, blood. Because what they'll end up doing, they'll drop out all of them, waste 3-4 years of free education in college, and then get some little idiot job, all glass BT and then the Virgin and that. And then yeah, I'm just gonna work this little idiot job and life is gonna work itself out. Life don't work itself out. Yeah, better late than never, innit, Quincy? But still, oh, I didn't even see this. Do you think getting a degree at 40 is worse than getting a trade at 40? No, man, I think it's about the same, man, really. Obviously, at the same time, you don't want to be a 40-year-old apprentice. Yeah. You don't want to be a 40-year-old apprentice because for the most part, if you, let's say you get a trade at 40 years old, well, you need to learn on the job. So therefore, you're gonna be blood, them man in construction, they're not easy, you know. Blood, you know how much man I fell out with on in Holmes Haringey. Nobody wanted to work with me, blood. I was public enemy number one, blood. Fell out with everybody. Go read my Ross Clark book. Yeah, I fell out with everybody. I don't take no shit from no one. I remember the first 3 days, I fell out with a man because a man is a big guy, you know, big and fat, trying to get me to carry his fucking ladder and his heavy tool bag whilst he's carrying a light switch. What? Nah, fam. I've got to address this situation, fam. Then you start falling out with people. Okay, so you get get your CSCS card, man. Yeah, do that. But then how are you gonna try and work your way up? Because you know you want to get a trade, you want to get a skill in that. Yeah, fucking Bishop in it. In that film Juice. But you know what? Software engineering. I know one gal. She used to work for Google or Facebook. She used to work around Old Street in Shoreditch. I was actually around there on my bike on Sunday. She used to work around. She used to work for Google or Facebook around Old Street near Shoreditch, and yeah, she's probably on some good money because she done software engineering, but she went to Imperial College, and obviously that's a tough uni to get into. You need to be super smart to get in them unis there. It's one of the Russell Group unis, but definitely like my brethren, big him up. He's got a degree in computer engineering science. He actually went to Northampton Uni as well, and now he's only like 10 grand a month. So you don't have to go to the best universities ever. I mean, obviously, he's capable of getting a first, but he might not have got a first. He might have got a 2-1 or something like that. So you don't have to go to the best university. You don't have to get the best degree in that. Do you know what it is? Yeah, like I said before, I remember one time, yeah, I went to some parents' houses and a household. And this is what I don't like about parents that are from the working class background. They think university is a waste of time because they know 1 or 2 idiots that have got some meaningless degree, or whether the degree is meaningful or meaningless, they got some degree, but still they're working a shit job. Because there's people out here who have good degrees and they're either working a shit job or they're getting paid some shit money, regardless of the role that they're in. But anyway, this is what I don't like about working class parents and that, yeah. Because they probably didn't go to university themselves and they've heard 1, 2 stories about people getting into uni debt and getting a shit job and that because they got a shit meaningless degree. They think all degrees are shit and university is not worth the time and that. Blood. And education without ambition. Sorry. Oh, what's the fucking saying? I say it all the fucking time. Education without ambition is like a car with no rules. You're not going to get anywhere. You can have the best degree from King's College University or UCL University or Oxford University. If you have no ambition to get a well-paying job, blood, you might as well not have a fucking degree, blood. You might as well just be a fucking a retail worker or something like that, earning some dead money, blood. See what oh yeah, I remember that because I get to get the benefit of listening to some of her calls on that. Yeah, I remember that guy that was on 110 grand. Big money that. Yeah. You're on 110 grand salary. What, you're on like 8, 9, 10 grand? No, you wouldn't be on 10 grand take home. Probably on like 8 grand take home, 7.5 grand take home. Because if you're PAYE, man, they suck your money, man. That's why for me, I would always recommend people being self-employed. I would never be a PAYE full-time employee as an electrician. No way. No way. I earn between 60 and 70 grand as a self-employed electrician. Yeah. No sick leave, no annual leave, nothing. Man, for work or you don't get paid. Yeah. But if I was to become a PAYE electrician, I'd only get maximum 40 grand a year. Yeah, you get all these little benefits and that. Oh, sick leave and annual leave and all this nonsense and that. But I'm not working for 40 grand a year. That's not enough for me. I mean, I don't want to shit on no one's degrees because at the end of the day, there is people that have a philosophy degree that's getting paid 80 grand. There is someone that has a history degree that's getting paid 80 grand. There is someone that with a sociology degree, I can't even get the words out because sociology, like I don't want to shit on no one's degree because I don't know the ins and outs and that. But for me, I don't know. I don't know if that degree even pays much money in it, but there must be someone out there with a sociology degree. I don't think I can even usher the words to say that they're getting paid 80 grand. No way. No, but you never know. There must be someone in it. But definitely history. I heard to get a law degree in that you need to study history and something like that. Or maybe, yeah, maybe to get into law or to study law, they want you to have history, A-level history. So maybe, yeah. Obviously, there is some historian that is getting paid big money, yeah, with their history degree, they're historian, they're getting paid big money. Yeah, so social worker on 90 grand. – 32 is too old to be at home only if you have no real plans. Like you know, if you have plans to make a quick exit, yeah, you know if you have plans to make an exit sometime soon in the future. So it just depends. If you're 32 and you're living at home, if you truly are planning to make a great escape and saving up every penny and that and being frugal, then no, 32 is not too old to be at home. But blood, 32 is too old to be at home if you're just living your life, going on those 3 holidays a year because you're giving your mum peanuts every month for rent, if you are even contributing to the household bills. Yeah, 32 is too old if you're still living at home, but you're in a box room. I'm telling you right now, this big man who's 30 Ross Clark years old, 35, still living in a box room. You know, like the room that might be like an office room in a 3-bed house, living in a box room, yeah, peeking out their window, making sure that the rubbish truck that comes around on a Thursday morning don't scratch up their Mercedes and that. But trust me, there's man living that reality right now. Yeah, you're too old to be living at home. What? Like, how are you living at home and them age is there and you ain't got money saved up? Like, because don't get twisted, there is someone on planet Earth, there is someone in the UK who's probably got 3 properties, but they're still living at home with their parents. And that's cool. That's cool. I don't really recommend anyone living on their own, really. Just for the simple fact that, blood, if you had an accident or you had a stroke or something, God forbid you have a stroke at them tender ages of 30. But if you ain't got, let me tell you something right now. Any of you lot that live on your own, yeah, like me, when I was living here alone, yeah, if you have an accident, if something happens to you and you get knocked out on the floor, whatever, you could be doing some handyman jobs and fall off a ladder and bust your head open. If you have no one on your phone that, if they don't hear from you for a day or 2, if they ain't gonna come looking for you, bro, you're fucked. I didn't have no one in my phone book that if they didn't hear from me for a day or 2, they'll be coming to look for me, bro. No fucking way. No fucking way, bro. So that's the only time I recommend, and I definitely do not recommend women living on their own as well. Nah. Stay at home until you find some knight in shining armor that's gonna sweep you off your feet. Yeah, man, them, and you know my thoughts on this, man. Don't go and move into no woman's yard. Blood. The only woman that should have power over you to house your blood clot is your mother, not no gal. No fucking way, fam. Well, I haven't left the construction industry. I'm still in it. I'm still an electrician. But the next thing I want to get into is just buying and renovating and selling properties. Yeah, that's the next thing that I need to get into. But now I'm still in the construction industry. I may be here for a very long time, but yeah, no, good little while anyway, man. But yeah, I ain't left the construction industry. I don't want to be on no construction side, bro. That's like being in prison, bro. Fuck being on a construction site, boy. Obviously, over the last few years, and that man's just been on construction sites back to back, back to back. But as soon as I got this job and I was driving around and I'm like, bro, I got so much freedom in that. I'm like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I can't be going back to no fucking construction sites. Bro. Construction site is like DCAT prison. Yeah, you kind of get to leave, but you have to return at some point. Fuck that. But yeah, I was 24 when I bought my first yard, which was this one here. So yeah, 24 years old dose a day. One second, let me get a drink. Obviously, don't let me put you off, yeah, being on a construction site and that, blood. You get me? You got to start off from somewhere, innit? Yeah, it's better than fucking. It's better than sitting in jail. It's better than being on job seekers allowance and bumming it out and that. Yeah, let's just not get this. Yeah, saying obviously there's levels to this shit, though. But I mean, even that terminology, what jobs and that, like, you don't want to have a job on a construction site, because having a job on a construction site is more like being a laborer, and that you want to have kind of have like a career or a trade that you can bring to the construction site, like being an electrician. But my friend, I think you're the same person, because obviously a lot of people have been leaving comments in that. One sec. Yeah. I think I can't find it. I think you're the person, but like you want to get yourself a trade, man. That's what you want to do, fam. I made a video about this before. Not before, last week. I ain't released it yet, but it's called "Become Too Important to Be Replaced." And obviously, man's a deep thinker, in it, and I love to use different things as analogies and that. So I started off in that video. It's some deep philosophical shit, yeah, sort of. But I'm saying that 90% of animals that have appeared on Earth have gone extinct, yeah, because they have not become adaptable enough to survive and thrive in their environment. It's not the most biggest and strongest, it's the most adaptable animals that thrive and survive. Yeah. Not the biggest and strongest, but the most adaptable. And I don't know, maybe I'm dumb, but the word being adaptable is got something to do with intelligence and that. Like, if you're an adaptable person, you know, it kind of means that you're intelligent and that. I can't see a dumb animal being very adaptable and that, but I guess it is possible, isn't it? But I believe being adaptable in the wild is got something to do with intelligence when it comes to animals. So anyway, 90% of animals on planet Earth, they go extinct, yeah? Because they're not adaptable enough, because they're not intelligent enough. In that video, I'm relating it to human beings because we're animals, yeah? Believe it or not, yeah? I know you don't like to think that, you know, you're something special. You're not. No, I'm joking. But no, we're animals and that. And way back in the day, They were human beings and they were Neanderthals. Yeah. Both of them are types of Homo sapiens. Yeah. Human beings and Neanderthals are Homo sapiens. They existed at the same time, human beings and Neanderthals. The human beings were able to wipe out the Neanderthals. Do you know why? Neanderthals were way stronger than us. Them man, they could bench press 200 kg. Them man, they were short and stocky and strong. But human beings, we were more intelligent. We were able to outsmart and kill them off. In real time, certain people are going extinct. There's people dying in their yards, you know. Do you know why? Because they weren't intelligent enough a long time ago, or they weren't intelligent enough to the point where they could get a job that they can't be replaced. Human beings are being replaced by machines in real time, blood. When you go to Asda, how many self-checkouts do you see? When you go to Tesco, Saints, how many self-checkouts do you see? Blood, they're shutting down all the fucking banks, blood. The physical banks, yeah, that you go into, they're shutting them down. Santander in Edmonton, NatWest in Edmonton, HSBC in Edmonton, they're all gone, blood. In Wood Green, they used to have two Santanders opposite each other. Why the fuck they did that, I don't know. They had one little tiny one, and then they had a big one opposite. And both of them were running concurrently for like 5 years and that. Why they had two, I don't know. They shut them both down. Well, they shut down the small one. Everything's all online. So all the people them that were working in Asda, who were you know, just the shop workers and that, when they started bringing in the machines, the self-checkout and that, they say they had a team of 50 people working in Asda. They cut that down to 35. Bam, 15 redundancies. Adios, amigo. People are getting replaced by machines in real time. Yeah. At the banks and that. Nadia told me in Sweden, where she was living before she grew up, she told me that they don't even have in certain banks and that, they don't even have people working in there. It's just machines. It's just machines. It's just a more safer place to deposit money and that. They probably have one person floating around in the bank. That's it. But you ain't gonna go there and have no real human interaction anymore. Machines are replacing human beings in real time because the human beings that are working these shit jobs, they're not intelligent enough, or they haven't been adaptable, whatever in it. They haven't used their intelligence enough to get a job where they can't be replaced. Bro. We're being replaced in real time, fam. One day there will be an electrician robot that's going around testing people's houses, and people like me will have no job. One day in the future, when you're sick, you will go to a virtual or some AI sort of doctor, and he will be prescribing you drugs and that. You won't have Mr. Patel or some Nigerian doctor that's some fraudster that's not really a doctor, but he's just got some little fraud papers that to make himself out to be a doctor in this country. That man, they won't exist no more. Huh? Telling you, one day there won't be no doctors, fam. There'll just be machines. What you do, I swear to God, it will be like, I'm telling you, yeah, one day, yeah, when you go to the doctor's surgery, you know, like when you go into McDonald's inside the shop, you got the machine where you can order your food and that. It'll be like, well, what's your symptoms and that? I've got a chesty cough, I've got a runny nose, and my eyes are watering and that. Okay. And then you start going through the process and that, and they will narrow it down. Okay, you got a flu, you got the common cold or whatever in it. And then they'll fucking probably dispense the antibiotics out of the machine. No need for no doctor, blood. They got machines that are fucking doing what do you call it? Operations on people, blood. Surgical operations, blood. Anyway, let me see these man like Tony O. Is this Tony O, or is this some new Tony O? This is my dog from a couple years ago, yeah? Verify yourself. Why you man even change your name for? If that is you, anyway. Right, where's that comment from Dosa David? Is it possible to self-learn a skill from refurbishment? Renovate property like lectures, right. It is possible, yeah? It is possible to learn skills like tiling, not electrical and that. I mean, it is possible, blood. You need certain qualification. You need to truly understand this thing because you could be putting people in danger by not knowing the proper electrical technicalities in that. But tiling, plastering, painting, any of them sort of thing there, carpentry, blood. You can learn that just off of YouTube. Blood, I've done it, fam. I've learned how to tile just off of YouTube. I've learned how to do plumbing just off of YouTube. With plumbing, you have to be careful though, because, for example, yeah, it's easy to fit a new an outdoor tap. Yeah, it's easy to just tap off the cold water supply for an outdoor tap. It's easy to do that. But I didn't do it. I was thinking about doing it, but I didn't end up doing it. And I thought, oh yeah, you just tap off the cold water tap and that's it. You just put an outdoor tap. No, you have to put some little sort of, it's not a device like electronic, but it's some sort of filter you have to put in that doesn't allow the water to backfeed into the mains water supply, because the outdoor water, it can get contaminated and contaminate the water inside. And I didn't know that. If I was a plumber, I'd know that. So you need to be careful when you're just doing stuff that you learn off of YouTube and that, because a man might not explain that on a video. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn these sorts of things and that. But it is possible to just learn stuff off of YouTube. I remember I went to a job. One guy must have hit me up. No, sorry, a friend must have got me in contact with one guy, because this guy needed some electrical work doing in it. Boom. So it was a day's work, and I charged him £500 to do a day's work, like fit spotlights and run cables and everything. So anyway, he's refurbishing this yard. Yeah, from top to bottom, he's refurbishing this yard. And me and him were in like the ensuite, and he was fixing the bath, yeah, like the shower unit or whatever, innit? He was fitting the little shower controls, innit? And we were just generally having a conversation. I was like, you know what? Yeah, a lot of this construction stuff and that, like this house bashing thing, this refurb thing, you can learn a lot of it on YouTube, you know. Like, I still promote people go and get the trade properly in college and that, because I don't like the idea of man trying to skip steps and that. But anyway, I said to him, you know, you can learn a lot of this off the internet. You know, I learned how to tile and all this nonsense and that off the internet. And he's like, I'm gonna be real with you, you know. You see all of this stuff I'm doing right now. I never went to no trade school. The reason why I got you here, because obviously I'm not an electrician. I'll get you to do electrics. But I'm not a plumber. I'm not a carpenter. I'm not a plasterer. I'm not a painter. I'm none of these. I have no qualifications. I learned this off of YouTube. And the guy's doing a fucking good job as well. So you don't need to really, yeah. But if man want to get into property renovating and stuff like that, the first thing you need to fucking do, blood, renovate your room, blood. I mentioned that in one of my videos. Renovate your room. If you cannot be bothered to gut your room completely, do new, well, paint the walls, yeah, change all the light fittings and shit like that. New flooring, wooden flooring, or the plastic shit, or carpet. If you can't bother to do that, oh, I can't bother to paint the walls and that. Oh, this is long, forget it, blood. Yeah, you gotta start off small, innit? Yeah, start with baby steps. Yeah, you gotta walk before you run. Man, for stop banning weed, blood. I've never smoked weed in my life. Never. I had one girl put it to my lips when I was like 14 years old. That's it. Never smoked weed, blood. Don't do nothing that's gonna kill your brain cells, yeah? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on, Tonio. Come on, come on. Ah, it's cold, yeah. But yeah, yeah, don't smoke weed, man. It's long. But yeah, where's that you there, Ethan Smith? If you see man about, say well, go on, yeah. But yeah, man. Yeah, don't be smoking no weed, bro. It's long, fam. I can't see no benefit with smoking weed. What's the stream quality like? Is it still lagging or is it not? Is it good? I ain't heard no complaints lately, so. Right, let's see this comment now. What do you think would happen to, what do you think would happen to us? And how do you think it will? I ain't got a fucking clue, mate. Do you know what it is? It's just the population that people probably would go down. The human population would go down. I mean, it's too high right now anyway, to be fair. Yeah, too much people are being born. But yeah, the human population will probably just decline and that. There's people right now dying in their yards because, you know, they're too poor to put on their heating and that. But it's their fault. It's their fault. Because these people who are dying in their yards because they're 60, 65, 70 years old, blood, you had a solid 30 years to make something of yourself. From the age of 30 to 60 years old, what the fuck was you doing, blood? You understand what I'm trying to say? There's just no excuse, blood. Obviously, it's not nice people are dying in their yards and that because they can't afford to put the heating on. Now, obviously, don't get it twisted. They're not dying, and when people find their body, it's because they're a fucking frozen corpse. But they might get like pneumonia or whatever the other one is. I can't remember. You got pneumonia, and then what's the other one? It's got like a similar word, similar name word or something. They're dying over them things there. Because at some point in their life, when things were going good, they thought, yeah, man, just take it easy. And no, fam, it's the calm before the storm. I'm sure I made a video about this and released it. When times are hard, work harder. When times are good, work even harder. Because you know what? It's the calm before the storm, blood. Man put in TMD, what? Tottenham man there, yeah? Tottenham man them, yeah? Do I rent out properties? Yeah. I've got 2 on the go. So I've got a flat around the corner, and I've got a flat around the corner from the flat around the corner. Both of them are bringing me about 1,200 in a month. So, but that's all. Spilling this coat. That's all due to delayed gratification. This property, I put down 13,600. Flat around the corner, I put down about 12,000, 21, 26,000. So 13 plus, no, hold on. Yeah. So 13,000 plus the 26,000. What about 40,000? Round it up. Then the flat around the corner from the flat around the corner, I put down 32 grand. So at about 70 grand. At any time, I could have said to myself, you know what? Fuck this property thing, blood. Nah. Cartier watch, Breitling, AP, Rolex for where, fam? Fuck it. I'm gonna go. Nah, that Mercedes. I need to drive that Mercedes because I need to show off in front of my friends and that. I need to go on 5 holidays a year, just because. At any time, I could have spent that money on foolishness and that. All of those things that I mentioned, none of them are bringing you back a monthly return, blood. If anything, they're a liability, blood. The holidays and that, that's just money that you're throwing away and that. Yeah, good experience and that, but it's just a memory. When your life is fucked and things are going bad, you ain't gonna remember those holidays. I'm telling you, you're gonna have some serious problems in that. Yeah, it's all temporary. Them watches and that, Their liability, blood, you wearing a watch, a man want to kill you over that fucking watch, blood. Then I read about some Tottenham boys. They went down to West London and they tried to they tried to chop off an off-duty police officer's wrist for a watch. Anyway, they were trying to rob an off. I don't even know if they knew the guy was an off-duty police officer. Probably not. They tried to bust him, mash him up, try to rob him for his watch. Now they're in jail. Yeah, all of these things are liabilities. Cars, you ain't getting no benefit, no profit from driving a nice flashy car and that. Nothing. Yeah, all of this shit, blood. It's all a fucking liability, blood. Do you know what? You actually should do it. I was actually saying to my girl the other day, I should do a video about this, you know. So like, there are differences between like being an alpha male, high value male, like well-groomed male and that. There are differences. Some people will get them confused in that. But this alpha male thing for me is solely about energy. Yeah. There's broke alpha males, rich alpha males that just doing okay with finances and that. It's about energy. It's about presence. That's all it is. It's got nothing to do with how much money you make or even banging girls. Really, it ain't got nothing to do with banging girls and that. Because I know, man, that is leaders of men. Yeah, them man just gravitate towards them. They're always, yeah, leading the pack. Man ain't fucked in 3 years, blood. But them man, they're still, yeah, the realest men, blood. So it ain't got nothing to do with getting girls or owning a business and that. It's just energy. That's what I believe it is. Ain't got nothing to do with being successful and that. It's just about energy. It's just about presence and that. Do you have a weak presence? But obviously the high value male thing, yeah, that's about earning money and shit like that. You ain't no high value male living on your mum's sofa. It's just not possible, blood. It's not possible because even if things went a little bit left, went a little bit south and that, if you truly was a high value male, you not everything could have fucked up that badly, really and truly. I mean, it could be possible and that, but really and truly, God, you should have had a little bit of money there. You know what I'm saying, innit? There ain't no one sleeping on their mum's sofa who has a 10 grand in their bank account. You understand what I'm trying to say? Your pride alone would make you, nah, man, I'm gonna go and fucking rent a place, rent a room till I get myself back on my feet. I ain't going back to my mum's sofa. Fuck that. So yeah, and then like a well-groomed male, that, I mean, some people might think, oh, this person's a high-value male, and they're just a man that just goes to the gym and look like pretty boy to me. That's what that is. You know, like them what was it? You know, like Jersey Shore and everything. Because I was gonna say Love Island and that, but now everyone's an influencer and everyone's getting paid just to post up bullshit on TikTok. So all these influencers and that, they're all getting money and that. So they got the money to back it. But I remember, like, you know, like these game shows, like, well, not really game show, but reality TV. You know, like whatever the old version of Love Island would have been back in the day, or like Jersey Shore and that. All them man, they're all waste men. They're just pretty boys, well-groomed males and that. When you check their story and that, them man, they will tell you I work in a sports center and that. But I ain't no fucking high value no. Working a Ross Clark sports center. You know what them man have to do? Them man have to clean toilets, you know. Trust me, I ain't worked in no sports center. But I've been there. Like them man there who work in the sports centers and that, some of them don't have designated cleaners. All the staff, all the gym staff are all cleaners. Yeah? So I'll probably make a little detailed video on this alpha male, high value male, all of this stuff one day. I mean, I just save my money, man. But obviously, you can only get certain amounts of money so quickly. So what I'm gonna need to do is start borrowing against my existing properties and obviously buying other properties and that. So obviously you're gonna start racking up more debt though. Yeah. And if you're not smart with it and if you're dumb with it, yeah, it can backfire in that. But if you're sensible in that and some catastrophe don't happen, you should be good. Because even with me, like some people say, oh, you know, you got all these properties and that, but what if there's a crash? Well, first of all, my properties, I'm on a mortgage term for 35 years. So even if a crash happens now and the properties then that's worth 130 went down to 80 or 60 grand, well, in the next 20 years, I'm sure it will shoot back up, no? I'm not going to wait until the mortgage term is up. I'm not going to wait until the 35 years are up, because when the 35 years are up, you must pay the remaining balance if it's interest only. But basically, let's say today I'll buy a new property for 100 grand. A new property today is worth 100 grand, yeah? I put down a 25% deposit, which is 25 grand. The mortgage, the loan I've got on the property is 75 grand, yeah? But if it's buy to let interest only, I make monthly payments, I'm just paying off the interest. I'm not lowering that 75 grand to 74. I'm not doing that. That 75 grand is going to stay until the term, which is the mortgage length, 35 years for me in my case, because I'm young. 35, I'm 30 years old. Don't look at them. I look like 22. But yeah. The after the 35-year term is up, now I need to come up with 75 grand. Sometimes some people can get fucked. In that time, a couple of years before the 35 years is up, there's a crash. And that property is no longer worth 100 grand. It's worth 50. So you've only got 50 grand once you sell that property. Well, where are you going to get another 25 grand from? I'll wait 5 years before the terms are up and just sell the property. Sell the properties and that. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna end up like borrowing against the properties and that to buy more properties. Probably even fix up properties and sell them, like I said. So, I mean, where was that comment? Hold on. Do I think no fap really works? So for the viewers and that, and for like Nadia who don't know what no fap is, no fap means no masturbating, innit? Obviously, I think no masturbation, no fap is good because it's a good discipline in that. Because trust me, that shit there is hard, fam. Yeah, you are not a normal. If you was 15, 16, 17 years old, if you weren't beating it off a few times a day, I don't think you're normal. Yeah, you know, yeah. I don't think you're normal. Yeah, if you weren't mashing it up 4 or 5 times a day, every day, I don't think it's fucking normal, innit? Yeah. So it is a good discipline in that, because that shit there is hard, fam. Especially at them young ages there, you 15, 16, 17 years old and that. Them things there's hard. So I think it's a good discipline in that. But does it turn you into a Super Saiyan 4 and all this bullshit? I see all them semen retention, no fat videos and that. And then man, they're talking about you just have this glow and your skin's glowing and you grow face hair and that and your biceps are big. Man, shut the fuck up. There one YouTuber said that he didn't masturbate for 2 days and he felt stronger. He had a heightened sense of focus after 2 days, blood. What do you mean you feel? How can you feel any different after 2 days, blood? If not masturbating for 2 days can make you feel stronger and more focused, but that means you must do it about 7 times a day, every day, blood. Because how the fuck can it even make a difference to you? Obviously, if you don't eat for 2 days, you're gonna know about it because you eat 3 times, maybe 4 times a day. So if you didn't eat for 2 days, you're gonna know about it because you usually eat 3 times, 4 times a day. If you're masturbating and that, like, if you don't masturbate for 2 days and you feel the effects of it in a positive way, like, oh my god, I feel so strong, I can go and run 500 meters and not lose my breath and that means you're masturbating 7 times a day. No, there's no other explanation in that, blood. Because me, if I did not do nothing or get nothing from my girl, let's say she's gone away for 2-3 days and that, I feel exactly the fucking same. You think, what you think I'm gonna do? Start flying and running through walls and shit? Yeah, trust me. I tell you what, yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's just me in it, yeah. But like the first let's say you go on a no fap streak, no masturbating, yeah? The first, I'll say the first 7 to 10 days is the easiest in that, yeah? Or it could be the hardest, actually. Maybe, you know what? I think it's fair to say the first 3 to 7 days might be the hardest in that. Then afterwards, after you go 2-3 weeks in that, then it might be easier in that. But then, boy, you might end up relapsing. Without being a bit too graphic in that, boy, a man might just, you get me? Let's say, for example, yeah, like after like a month or whatever, innit? Man might just go piss. And you get me? Certain time you have to shake off the pipe, innit, yeah, to make sure there's no water left in the plumbing pipe, if you get what I'm trying to say, innit? A man might stand there over the toilet, shaking off that pipe for a bit too long, fam. And next thing you know, you're like, fuck it, I might as well just go through with the mission, innit, yeah? We don't do attempted murders out here. We kill niggas out here, yeah? So, yeah. Man don't do no half job, yeah? The longest, for me, the longest was, it weren't 90 days. Because I got to the 3-month mark, but then I met one gal in it. So, but yeah, I'd say like 86 days or something. That was hard, boy. That was hard, bro. Woo! Man, I was waking up and there was holes in the mattress, man. Shit. Ah, damn. Yeah, I remember when I was going on that 90-day streak, you know. I thought wet dreams were for like teenagers. Man, that's 13, 14. No, when you go on a no fap streak for like 2-3 months, blood, yeah, you go back to your teenage days when you're a big rascal man, fam. Trust me, blood. Yeah, I can hear you laughing, you know. If I won 2 million, all I would do, I'll just buy properties and that. But let me tell you something about buying this property, this property thing, yeah? Never buy properties outright in cash. Don't do it, blood. There's some people, yeah, they're like, yeah, I'll just buy properties outright and rent them. No. I was actually talking about this to my girl the other day, yeah? To Nadia, my girl. Yeah, I was talking about this to Nadia, innit? I was saying that, imagine you had 1 million, yeah? If you had £1 million, you could only buy 2 properties in Tottenham. I know 1 million sounds like a lot of money, but the house prices in London is nuts. So if you had £1 million, you can only buy 2 properties in Tottenham, 500 grand a piece. If you're renting out your 500 grand property per month, you might, if you're lucky, get 3 grand. 3 times 2, because you've got 2 properties, 3 grand plus 3 grand, that's 6 grand. So after your £1 million investment, you're gonna make 6 grand per month. That is a shit yield. So with that £1 million, what you do is you put down deposits on cheaper properties or properties that are similar in value and that, but you just put down deposits in that and do buy-to-let mortgages. Even still, let's say, for example, a house in Tottenham is 500 grand, yeah? I'm not going to put down 25% of 500 grand. What's that? 125 grand. I'm not putting down that much on a fucking property that's only going to bring me back 3,000. Nah, man, you can fuck off. So what I'll do is I'll go up to somewhere like Northampton where the yield is quite good. You can get a yield of about maybe 10%. Yeah. So basically, a yield is basically like the money that you make and that. So let's say, for example, yeah, a house is worth 130,000 in Northampton. If you're making a monthly yield of 10%, well, then you're making 1,300. 130,000, 10% of that is 1,300. Yeah. I'm not taking into any account of any bills or anything like that. I'm just talking about just straight raw turnover, innit? Yeah, you're better off if you want 1 million, let's say, for example, don't buy no houses outright. Never buy a house outright. Always take out a mortgage in that. Because you can get hold of and control. If you put down deposits and take out mortgages, and you can get control over 20 properties as opposed to fucking 2 properties with £1 million, bro. Imagine, yeah. So like I said, my flats generate 1,200 per month. Let's say, yeah, what they do, yeah. Imagine if I had 20 of those, blood. Let's just even call it £1,000 to make the numbers easy. 1,000 times 20 grand. If with £1 million, I could put down deposits on 20 properties. Yeah, with 1 million, I could put down deposits on 20 properties, and that easily. And if I have 20 properties that generate me £1,000 per month, that's 20 grand per month. So 1 million gives me 20 grand per month because I've got control of 20 properties and that, as opposed to 1 million buys me 2 properties outright, which gives me 6 grand return. Do the fucking maths, blood. I'll never buy a property outright unless I'm a billionaire. Or unless the property is fucking worth 20 grand or something like that. I'll never buy a property outright. Never. It's a waste of money, blood. Imagine that. Imagine, yeah, you had £1 million and all you did was buy 2 properties outright in Tottenham, which is a solid 500 grand a piece, and all you can make back is 6 grand. Once you become a millionaire, once you invest that money, you should have retired. That's it. It's game over. It's game over. You don't even need to do nothing no more. If you win £1 million and that, blood, you know, if you buy 2 properties and you're making a return of 6 grand, I mean, 6 grand is all right I mean, it's old. I mean, no. I'm not retiring on no fucking 6 grand, blood. That's not fucking enough, blood. I need more money than that. And me, I'm not a big spender. I don't wear Gucci, Balmain, Balenciaga. I don't drive a Mercedes and that. So, nah, man, you would need more money, man. You would need more money than that, man. Right, let me see these comments. Do you know what? I do actually own that book. I just don't know where the fuck it is, bro. I did buy that book years ago when I was 18, so we're talking like 12 years. I read bits and pieces. I gave it to one girl to borrow. She did bring it back, but I'm not, you know, it might even be upstairs, or I might have dashed it in the bin. I don't even know. But I read a few chapters, maybe 5, 10. But I ain't read the book from back to front. Some people say, oh, that book is evil and manipulative. Robert Greene, who wrote the book, he said, no, the book is not made for people to manipulate people. The book is made for people to read it, to stop and not allow people to manipulate them. But obviously, a knife is only dangerous in the hands of a maniac. Yeah? You give a knife to your grandma and that, cool. Ain't no one gonna get chefed up and chop up and mash up and that. You give a knife to a fucking Jason Voorhees or some maniac, well then there can be a couple bodies and that get dropped. So it just depends on who gets hold of the book. That's what it is. Right. So I said, if you put a deposit on a house, when do you have to pay the rest? So let's say, for example, I did kind of explain before, I'll explain it again. But let's say you do a buy-to-let mortgage, yeah? And let's use different numbers. Let's say it's 80 grand. The full market value of the property is 80 grand. That's how much you buy it for, yeah? That's how much someone's selling it for. Well, 25% of 80 is 16 grand, yeah? So, hold on. No, it's 20. How the fuck did I fuck that up? Anyway, 25% of 80 grand is 20 grand, yeah? So therefore, there's 60 grand mortgage. You're borrowing 60 grand. So you put down 20 grand, you're borrowing 60 grand. 20 plus 60 is 80, yeah? So it's interest only for however long, 20 years, 30 years. At the end of the term, that's when you have to pay back that lump sum of the 60 grand that you borrow. But the interest only, let's say your monthly payments are £100, you have to pay that until the end of the term anyway. So you pay that until the end of the term, and then at the end of the term, you have to pay back the whole entire 60 grand that you borrowed. But if you bought the house for 80 grand initially, well, in 20 years, 30 years time, that house that's 80 grand, that should be worth, I don't know, 300 and something, hopefully. So it's a win-win situation and that. I mean, it don't take long, man. It just depends on how desperate people are at the time. I've had times here, like when I was renting out this house before, there was no one inquiring on that. Now, it could be the price. It's always the price. Because if you put down, let's say, for example, the going rate is 450. If you're charging 250 for a room, oh, you're going to have some inquiries. Trust me. Yeah, even if there ain't no heating working in that yard, you're going to have some inquiries on that. But what do you call it? Yeah, man, you could get your property rented out in 2 weeks and that. Just depends on the price. It depends on the demand at the time. So this house here, I pay 450, yeah? The interest rate is like 1.25, but that's an old interest rate from like 3 years ago. My first flat, which is around the corner, that went up from 106 grand, £106 per month to like 300 because I didn't secure my new rate before the interest rates went sky high. Remember, recently, over the last 6 to 8 months, interest rates have gone sky high. I didn't secure the new rate because I just didn't. And the thing, my girl was telling me, you need to secure your rate, and whatever in it. JY knows best, but not that time. I didn't secure the rate, so then I could have secured a rate. Let's say I was initially paying 106. Let's say it went up by a little bit, yeah, because interest rates go up and that naturally. It might have went up to 150. But instead, because I left it so long, when I did secure the new rate, it went up to like 300 or something. I think £346. So here I paid 450. The one around the corner I paid like 346. And then the new flat that I got recently, 3 months ago, I paid 275. So this is repayment. So every month, let's say I have an outstanding balance of 100 grand. Every month I pay, let's say, for example, making up numbers, every month I pay £1,000. Now it's 99,000 I need to pay back. Then the next month I pay £1,000. Now I owe them 98,000. The next month, 97, 96, 95, so on and so forth. Yeah. With the other two properties, they're buy to lets. Let's say the outstanding balance is 80 grand on both. One's 80 grand, one's 70 grand. Even if I'm paying £100 a month, £200, £500 a month, the outstanding balance will still be 70 grand for one and 80 grand for the other. It don't move. Let me know if the that fan is making up too much noise because my feet are cold, man. Put the heating on. Man, like, no shit. It's one of my school brethren, you know. Can you save the live by any chance? A lot of benefit. Yeah. So, oh, I can't show you, but you just all you need to do is just go on to my YouTube channel, and then where's my phone? Just a sec, 1 sec. So if you can see here, yeah, see where it says videos and live. All you do is like you give it like 5-10 minutes, yeah. All you do is go to the live tab, yeah, and then basically you can see all the other previous lives as well. So there's previous lives. When the bad man thing gets peak, we are our own worst enemy. At what age should man get off road? Yeah, just bare live streams. There's like 48 live streams there. So yeah, just hit the live tab button. See it? Right. So how many people make money with a buy to let if you think so? Oh, so how do people make money? How do people make money with a buy to let then if you're paying is not just Oh, I think obviously like Nadia's explained it here actually. Bam, I still fucking need to go down to go. I still ain't been, you know. I still ain't been, blood. And to be fair, I'm gonna get myself in some trouble still because there's like a yearly payment you have to make of like 300 or something. And I still ain't made that payment. But I tried to contact them and I couldn't get through to them because I think they changed their email address. But yeah, I still need to go out to Egypt. To be fair, I should just fucking sell it, to be fair, you know. But how the fuck can a man have a property in another country for 6 years and not being out there? Ridiculous. But with the interest only unless you get your hands on. Yeah. The house won't be yours, but what really is yours in this life? You think I own 3 properties? I'll be dead tomorrow, man. You know what I'm saying, isn't it? Like in this world, you own nothing. Yeah, you own nothing material. Yeah, you only own your body, and that's it. Man will come blam you in your head. Yeah, you be in a turn you pack, put you in a fucking grave plus 6 foot under. You don't own nothing. So, right. But yeah, man, I need to get myself out to that Egypt. All right, last few comments, and then I'm busting out. Uh, right. So how much did you spend to refurbish your properties, and how long did it take to find tenants? Let me just explain. You see that first flat that I've got around the corner? I like refurbish that property, but I was messing about. Like there was times where I'd leave it for a couple of months and not do nothing. I was messing about with that flat, and I should never have renovated that property to that level, because that property there was to a nice spec. You know, it was fucking nice. And then these people kept, go and watch that video I made when I'm talking to minorities that have a bad reputation. I've got these students in, and they just nastied up, filthied up the yard. I moved them in. I went to the yard after 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It looked like they lived there for 2, 3 years, blood. Nasty. I wasted my fucking money and my time renovating that property. I should have done nothing. I should have done nothing to the property. I shouldn't even have bothered painted it. I should have just changed the carpet, because obviously the people them that was living there before, they live clean. There were some Romanian people. They live clean. They even had carpet in the kitchen, and the carpet was clean. Yeah, they had carpet in the bathroom. True story. They had carpet in the bathroom and carpet in the kitchen. And yeah, they kept the place clean. But obviously, when they were moving the stuff in and out of the yard, they don't need to respect the carpet no more. So they bring in muddy boots in and everything. Now, when I went to the yard to view it, I had to take off. Well, yeah, I had to take off my trainers, yeah, because I didn't carry shoe covers. So anyway, I renovated that property. Like the people them that lived in the property before, they would have appreciated it. They would have like, fuck, this guy's done a good fucking job. Yeah. They would have traded how it looked now, well, after the refurbishment, as opposed to how it looked when they lived there. Any day. Any day. Move these fucking people in, and they just filthied up and nastied up the yard. And they just, all the work that I put in has gone down the drain. Don't get it twisted, they didn't damage now. I would have damaged them. But yeah, they just filthied up and nastied up the yard. So it took me a year because I was fucking about. But that's a bad example. With this flat around the corner, the one that I recently bought, I got the keys, whatever day it was, I don't know. I think it was like the 22nd of December. I got the keys. Then I started doing work on it properly, basically Boxing Day. So man got the keys on Tuesday or Wednesday, went down to Edmonton back home on a Friday night, I believe, which was either Christmas Eve or the day before Christmas Eve or something. I think Christmas Day was on Sunday. And went down to Edmonton. I was supposed to stay there and go home the day after Boxing Day. Christmas night, I'm like, nah, I gotta go, man. I got stuff to do, man. These times, my kitchen was upside down as well. They hacked off all the tiles and that. Yeah, I'm renovating my kitchen and renovating the flat at the same fucking time. So I'm like, nah, I cannot be in my mum's yard just chilling, drinking 5 cups of tea a day, relaxing, when I know I've got duties and stuff to do at my flat and my house. Nah, bunny. So yeah, I left Christmas night, got back here Christmas night, Boxing Day, I was on the job. Anyway, I started renovating the property and that. And yeah, I think let's say I think I finished it properly and got someone in on the 27th of February. That's when the first person started renting, on the 27th of February. So yeah, let's just call it 2 months, 60 days, isn't it? That's how long it took me. But so yeah, that's how long it should have took me with my first flat. To be fair, actually, it took me longer with my first flat because obviously I was doing plumbing work and shit like that, and obviously I'm fitting a bathtub for the first time. I don't know what I'm doing in it, so. But yeah, you can do interest only with a little bit of capital repayment. I didn't even know that until one girl, like this is before my girl became a mortgage advisor. I was talking to some other mortgage advisor, some girl, and she told me that yeah, you can do interest only with a little bit of capital repayment as well. But you can still own the property. You just need to come up with that 80 grand or 100 grand or 100 grand. More than likely, you're not gonna have 180 grand to just buy a property in it. Because the reason why they don't let you do like a proper capital repayment most of the time with these buy-to-let properties and that, it's just not advantageous enough. Because if you're doing a capital repayment, let's say for example, yeah, let's say with my flat around the corner, the one where I said I was paying £106 a month before the interest rates went sky high, yeah. Imagine I was paying £106 a month. That's interest only. If I'm paying back capital, it might have been £200, £300. I don't know. That's with the rate being low. Imagine, yeah, when my property went up to £346 per month, just interest only, no capital. Remember, if I was paying back capital, it would be £346 plus what? An extra 100, £200. You ain't making that much profit off the property. Because especially if you're doing like renting rooms or whatever, even if you're doing like just renting out the whole property and that, there's only a certain amount of profit you can make. Like, yeah, imagine you're renting out rooms as a HMO. Yeah, then yeah, all right, you're making a lot of money turnover and that, but you're paying all the bills and shit. All right, all right. I'm done. I'm done in 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Last 10 minutes. Last comments. I know in the past I've said I'm finishing the live stream in 10 minutes, and the live stream went on for a further 3 hours, a total in 5 hours, and that. But now I'm going in 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Oh, there was one little thing I wanted to talk about though. So someone underneath my comment section, just like one of the regular videos and that, they must have said, "Oh, what do you think of that Noel Clark situation, innit?" So obviously, like there were some allegations like with Noel Clark and that, don't. So like let's say like they were classing it as like sexual misconduct, innit? So yeah, sexual misconduct and that. So all what comes out, you can go and watch his interview. He said to one girl, you got a nice ass, blood. That them things they'll get you in fucking trouble, blood. I remember in school. You get me? The man them used to fuck about with gal and that, and you get me? And anyway, one of they must have had an assembly about this, yeah? And the teacher said, anyone caught touching any of the girls, they're gonna go on the sex offenders register. Oh, that was enough for everyone to keep their hands to themselves. Yeah. But you don't want to get on that register. Trust me. Yeah. A man could just do something like, you know, there's levels to violations and that. Yeah. A man could just touch a girl the wrong way. Blood, you're on that register. You're fucked for life, blood. When you're on that register, no one even wants to know or cares what level of violation you committed. Once you're on that register, you're fucked, blood. Once you're on that register, you're fucked, blood. So, man, they need to be careful what sort of comments they make towards gal and that. Yeah? Like, especially like if you pull up next to a gal, like you're standing next to a girl and you're like, that's a nice ass you got, you know. Nah, fam. Maybe if a man, I don't know, it wouldn't have been as bad. Maybe if a man was driving past in a car, yo, the ass is nice or something. That won't make a girl feel as uncomfortable than a man standing in her presence saying, yeah, your ass is nice. Nah. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, YouTube's a funny one, isn't it? You can't say certain words in that, blood. But yeah, yeah, if a man said, yo, you get me, yeah, that wouldn't be as bad if a man's just driving past in the car rather than standing in the girl's aura saying, yeah, you're nice, you know. So man, they need to be careful, blood. Man, they also need to be careful of these girls trying to set man up. Made that video about the setup chicks and that, and there was a girl that was local to man. Well, she was known to be a setup chick. And these times, I mean, obviously there would have been some guys that are probably wearing a Rolex watch. I don't even know if AP was popular back then. This was years ago. I'm talking about, man, talking 07 and them things there, innit? I don't know if AP watches was popular back then, but Rolex has been around from day. Maybe some man was wearing Rolexes back then, man that was older than me. Remember, in 07, man's all like fucking 14 years old and that. But it could have been man that's like 18, 19 with a Rolex watch. There's always that one idiot that just trying to bat above his way. And I know girls that were set up chicks, blood. And girl will get you killed, blood. And literally the other day, I mean, obviously I made that video and a man's lost his life and that because he's been stunting on the net. I think like AP or Rolex. So this is what I'm saying, like, blood, this Rolex AP watch thing is not fucking worth it, blood. Like I said in the live stream earlier, whoever said something about trying to, how can they watch the entire live stream again or whatever, innit? Yeah, I must have mentioned something about watches are liability. Man, I want to kill you, fam. Man will try to kill you over a fucking watch, blood. It's been done many times before. Some of these girls out here are dangerous, blood. They're dangerous to themselves. They're dangerous to themselves. They're dangerous to their youths, blood. Me and my girl was even watching a video about some gal in Peckham. She said that the fucking armed police was at her door with bare red dots on her and shit. Yeah? Because they had intelligence that she was holding a gun from one of the men. Yeah, there's plenty of girls right now. I don't know if Holloway Prison is still open, but when Holloway Prison was open, there are plenty of girls in there in Holloway Prison. Because they're not bad people, they're not criminals, they're not active trappers or whatever. But they got caught holding a gun for one of the guys on the ends. They think it's cool, blood. Girls are dangerous to themselves, blood. There was one girl, she went to prison because she tried smuggling drugs for one rapper. She's a single mom, she's gone jail. Now, where's the you? Maybe care, foster care, or maybe with the grandma and that. Grandma ain't got time to be dealing with another fucking kid. Grandma's got rid of you. Yeah, grandma happy. Oh my God, fucking hell, man. She's 18. She turned 18 5 years ago. She's gone out my yard 5 years ago. Now grandma has to start again and be a grandma, be a mum again. All because you wanna smuggle in drugs for some guy that don't even give a fuck about you. They're dangerous, bro. They're dangerous to themselves. Yeah, she did go to prison. I don't know when I'm gonna do the next live stream. Maybe in the next week or two or something. But yeah, she did go to prison for it. I remember I made a video about it at the time. Y'all are dangerous, blood. Yeah, be careful, these girls in it. But the best way to not become a target is blood. Don't flash nothing. I will never become a target for no girls to try and rob me. What have I got? What have I got? You want a Primark t-shirt, blood? The fuck? Well, I ain't got nothing for no girl. What have I got? I ain't got nothing. What, you want to take my Honda Civic? I beg you, go and repair it for me as well, yeah? You want to take my phone that's all mash up and crack up and that? I ain't got nothing for no one. Now, obviously, a girl could try to set me up to get me rushed. Like, oh, you said that in that video, you know. You thought you was a rude boy. Yeah, that could happen, innit? But, nah. One guy come underneath the comment section saying, like, oh, something about why guys are choosing to stay single and that. And yeah, if man want to stay single, that's cool, innit? But I hope man don't mean don't date women, because like you can't be scared of women. And I remember when that Me Too thing was kicking off in America and that. Man are talking, because obviously man watched the videos and that in the manosphere and that. And man are talking about when they go to link a girl in a hotel or at the girl's yard, or the girl comes to their house. Yeah, when the girl comes to their house, they're setting up cameras and that. The man are pulling out contracts. Sign the contract to say that you're agreeing to having hex with me and them things there. What? I pull out a fucking contract, blood. Fuck that, man. If I'm that scared to deal with a girl behind closed doors, and I'm a fuck that shit, blood. Living life on tilt. Yeah. All right. It looks like everyone's going. It looks like it's time for me to bail out still. Yeah, I would buy a yard that has no. I mean, I didn't buy the yard in this area because I'm thinking about uni students and that. A lot of the people that I've had in the property are not uni students. Yeah. At my flat, the new one that I got one white guy there. He's a plumber, and I got one Nigerian guy. I don't know what he does. Yeah, well, he told me he's a lawyer anyway. Yeah. So, and then yeah, at my other flat, yeah, one guy there works. The woman, yeah, she's a student now, but still, yeah, man. Most of the people that are getting the yards are not going to be students. But yeah, all right, I'm out. Literally, last 1 minute. I'm going now in a minute because it's been about 10 minutes since I said that. I mean, let's say, for example, I was a guy that had that AP watch and that. It depends. I can't remember in it because obviously when I made the video it was a little while back in it, not that long ago in it. I can't remember if they went to his house, like if they ran up in his yard, or if he was lured into a house. I'm not too sure in it. But obviously, if a girl, because obviously, if let's say for example you're a man that wears watches and that, and you feel like, oh, this girl might be trying to set me up. Well, is she making any indication that you've got the watch on you and that? Are you the type of guy that wears it every single fucking time? And that? Because if you are, then she's just going to assume that you got it. But if you're not a guy that wears a watch every single time, then she's not going to know. So if you don't wear it every single time, and she's saying, yeah, come meet me here and that, and then she's hinting at or trying to ask whether you got your watch on and that, then you know something's up. Because how many times the girls ask you what jewelry you're wearing when you go to Lincoln Gap? Never. The fuck are they asking you that for? What are they asking you that for? So, but obviously, if a girl's going to your yard and she's trying to get man to follow her and kick off that door behind her, then obviously you ain't gonna know. Ain't gonna know, because obviously they know that that Rolex watch is either on your person or in your house. So either way, they're gonna get it. And even still, if that watch is expensive enough, even if you ain't got it on you, and a girl lures you somewhere, I don't know, anywhere, the man then will just blood take us to the spot and give us the watch, fam. They'll just kidnap you. So the best way to avoid it is to not have them things there, bro. That's what it is. And obviously, don't deal with these hood chicks, blood. Don't deal with no girl that knows man. Yeah? It's as simple as that, blood. I've been I've been chatting to girl on the road. I might have stopped the car in the middle of the road. Yo, chatting to the girl and that. I'm thinking like, blood, what the fuck, blood? Like, it might just be her cousin and that, or whatever in it, or it might be someone that she ain't seen for years and that, and they're cool. But still, blood. This is the thing, yeah, when you're dealing with girls off ends, blood. On the ends, sorry. They know man. I don't want to know no girl that knows man. I want to be the only street nigga this girl know. Don't get it twisted. There's girls that live in the ends. That there's one girl that lives in Edmonton. Nice, she's like the best in Edmonton. One girl that lives in Edmonton. She went to a school, one of the hood schools and that. But man, them can't really be pulling up on her. Obviously, there's certain man that went to her school that just know her in it. She can't. She's not gonna pretend that she don't know. But I'm telling you, me and my team, none of us knew that girl like that. No way. None of us knew her to stand up and talk to her personally. Yeah, we could try to approach her, but we don't know her that way to chat to her. Respect, respect, respect. Yeah, trust me. Renting out all the rooms and that is the way forward, fam. Trust me. But yeah, man, you don't want to be dealing with no. But I've been there. I've been there. I remember I had one thing. Where's this girl from? Was she from Wood Green or was she from Tottenham? I can't remember. I can't remember. I had one thing before in it. I don't know if she was from Wood Green or Tottenham. But anyway, because Wood Green and Tottenham are right next to each other, really. What's the name? It don't fucking matter anyway. Just off of Lordship Lane in Tottenham, me and this girl went to one shop quickly, and I'm standing outside the shop, and she just knows the shoe in it. She's oh, well, go on, what you been up to and that. Like, bro, I don't even want no. Why do you know these guys from off the avenues in Wood Green, bro? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you weren't 18 Wood Green and that, like, but still, blood. Like, why do you even know man like that? I don't want to know no girl that knows man. I don't even want to, like, even like one gal, yeah. One of my cousins was dealing with one gal, yeah, and this particular gal that my cousin was dealing with, she knew two of my other cousins. I thought to myself, I wouldn't want to deal with that girl because the fact that she knows my other cousins are road youths and that. How do you know them? They're my cousins. They're not bad people. But why do you know road man? You understand what I'm trying to say? How do you know them? Fuck that. Nah, these times I was I wasn't on road these times actually. This was afterwards. I was in my 20s when I found this out. But still, I don't even want to know if I meet a girl and she knows my cousin. I'm not even talking about she's dealt with them. And I don't want to meet no girl that my cousins know. I don't want to meet no girl. Listen, if I introduce a girl to my people, then yeah, I must know her before everyone else. Oh, I knew your girl a couple of years ago. Nah, fuck that. Fuck that. I swear to God, someone put a comment earlier. Where is it? About virgins and that. Someone put a comment about virgins earlier, you know. Oh, fuck, you know, I ain't gonna find it. So I think someone put a comment about virgins, like why do men value virgins or something like that? Is it? I can't remember any. But anyway, I'm sure someone put a comment about something about virgins or something. It's either in the chat or one of my YouTube videos. Someone put a comment about virgins and that. The reason why man value virgins over women that have been washed up and used up and that, is because blood. You want that woman to experience new things with you. Imagine you take a girl to a nice country and I don't know, a nice little holiday, Bali or one of these, you know, like the go-to places now. Imagine you take a girl to Bali and that, and then she's like, "Oh, you're talking about going Bali? Oh, I've already been there. I went there with my ex and that." But you don't want to hear that, blood. You want every experience with this girl to be new. Yeah, you don't want new experiences to have to consist of going outside of the fucking planet just so it's a new experience and that. If you get a Ferrari and that, and this girl jumps in a Ferrari with you, you want this to be the first time she's jumped in a Ferrari, not one. I ain't been in a Ferrari. This is the first time I've been in a Ferrari, but I've been in a Lamborghini and a Bugatti before as well. You're like, no, fuck that, man. Oh, I've been to a 6-star hotel before. Well, you know she's been to a 6 or 7-star hotel. You know she weren't there going there with her bridges, been there with other man. You want the girl to experience new things with you. So everyone would rather have their girl be a virgin than fucking ran true. So yeah, whoever left that fucking comment, I can't remember who wrote that comment. Someone left a comment. I'm sure it was underneath the chat talking about virgins, bro. Yeah. No one in their right mind would rather pick. If you could afford it, you would pick a brand new car. You could have the exact same 2 cars right next to each other. They look exactly the same. You can't tell the difference between one or the other. Exactly the same. Both of them BMW M3 23 plate. But one has a mileage of 40,000 and one has 0 on the clock. What are you going to pick? Well, you're going to pick the 40,000 miles one. Oh, so you know that it's reliable, they don't break down. Motherfucker, I'll take my chances with the 0 miles on the clock. Huh? That's it. Trust me. Of course, blood. No, blood. There's some guys here that will say, "Oh, I don't care if my girl has a body count of 50, 60 girl or guys and that." But fuck that, blood. Listen, if you could pick that same girl that has a body count of 1 or 2, you would pick that girl over the 50, 60 and that. Even if you can't tell the difference, blood. Imagine you saw 2 girls, 2 pictures of 2 girls. They both virtually look the fucking same. Yeah? Both of them are 9 out of 10. They both look the same virtually. Who the fuck would you rather pick? The one that has 2 man or 30 man? You're gonna pick the one that has 2 man. Let's say Kendall and Kylie Jenner. I can't remember which one's the prettier one and that. But whatever one has the lowest body count, if one of the girls that are Kylie Jenner and Kendall Jenner, if one of them has 2 and one of them has 30, I'd rather pick the one that has body count of 2. Any day. Any day. What did that man there, Fresh and Fit, say? In dating, a woman's past matters, and in dating, a man's future matters. Yeah. Man, when you meet a girl, you're not worried about where she's going in life, really and truly. You want to know where she's been, fam. Yeah? A woman, when she meets a man, she don't really care where he's been. She want to know, motherfucker, where you going? Yeah? You going to work to sweep the streets, or you going to your CEO job? Eh? That's what it is. But these chicks think that they're the same as man. So they think that it's all right to rack up body count at 50, 60. You know, no, it's fucking not. Like, no, it's not. No, it's not. There's no fucking way. These same girls that think, oh yeah, body count of 50, 60 is all right. Would they want their daughter to get rack up a body count of 50, 60? The answer's no, blood. The answer's no, fam. If a guy racks up a body count, see, this is the difference between man and woman, yeah? If you went around the table, yeah, you had 5 man and 5 gal around the table. If everybody had to disclose and let everybody know around the table about their body count, the men that had the lower body counts and that, they would be more inclined to lie rather than say it's a low body count. And the women around the table that had the high body counts, they'll be more inclined to lie and say it's a lower body count, bro. Because they know these chicks that say, oh, body count don't matter, body count don't matter. When they get asked, what's your body count and that, they lie because they know deep down it's true. They know deep down it matters. It does matter. It does matter. You got motherfuckers paying $1 million for a fucking virgin, blood. Ain't no motherfucker paying no $1 million for no woman that's fucking got a body count of 50. No way, blood. No way. Right, I'm done in 1 minute. This is supposed to be a 1-hour live stream, you know. I was gonna eat my gummy worms. So when you go to them Turkish man's shops, yeah, they got these sweets called Buzz. Like that's the brand name, yeah. And the best ones is it used to be the lips, the cherry lips. They were fucking nice. And what happened was they discontinued them and they brought them back and now they taste nasty. So these are the next best thing, the gummy worms, blood. But yeah, I will be doing another live stream in about 2 weeks, yeah? All right, that's it. I'm done now. That's it. Yeah, you man, last comments, seriously, not playing about now. All right, that's it. Stay wise. Done now.